This is Sean Crow. You're watching WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFXTV as I adjust my Saints hat here. I am the WrestleGamer, Double B Only Mucho, and this is going to be the Hardcore Justice review. I want to apologize for the videos coming out late. It was kind of a hectic week last week, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get these reviews done as quick as possible, so that way you guys can it'll be out there. You guys will know what I have to say, what my thoughts are. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter or on the Facebook page on facebook.com/WGS-TV, you might have found Wednesday night a little bit of negativity that I had towards TNA. I just want to clear the air right here because I also did get some responses, including from Dixie Carter on Twitter, saying, you know, why did you find the show to be, so unentertaining when that really wasn't the case? All I can say is, normally when something doesn't go right during the day for yours truly, and it kind of leaves me with a foul taste in my mouth, and I kind of unfairly took it out on the TNA program. So that night I did not give it a fair shake. I'm going to give it a fair shake now with this review. So I'm going to go ahead. This video will be tweeted out to Dixie Carter and TNA, and and by some off chance that you're watching this, I just want to, fully apologize for the negative comments that I had about Hardcore Justice. They were unwarranted. The show was actually entertaining, but it was just, a bad day that I had on my part, and I unfairly took it out on the show, and I just want to apologize for that. But now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the show itself. It's they open up with a Stairway to Janice match, and a lot of people can bring it up to me, like, haven't they done this something before? The only other time I could think of that they've done this would probably be with Rob Van Dam. Back when they first introduced Janice into TNA. I think it was like right around, when they first introduced the group Immortal in TNA, when Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff turned heel in TNA. But it went exactly the same route as the other few matches, with the Monsters Ball tag team match and the Monsters Ball match they had at Destination X. Hardcore Justice was indeed not really much of a shocker, to be honest. For the third time in a row, Bram takes Janice, swings into the gut of Abyss, and picks up the win. Again, it's just being repetitive, even though it was a very violent match, and it was, and it's something we haven't seen in TNA in quite some time, that kind of type of brutality when it comes to one of their matches, but it just ended in the same result we've seen. Up next, EC3 says he has a revelation on who is really responsible for what happened to Dixie Carter. He blames Rhino, which is basically, this was probably the tail end of their New York City tapings, and if they only had Rhino for those New York City tapings, they probably had to have him go out on a bang in TNA and turn him face, and that's exactly what they did. They just had EC3 just go to town on Rhino. Now, would I be shy to see him this Wednesday night on TNA? To be honest, yes. I would, but because I'm under the assumption that they have a lot of these guys right now, like Rhino, Tommy Dreamer, Low Key, Homicide, all those guys just for the New York City tapings. But now, speaking of low-key, he had the shot at the X Division Championship following that against Samoa Joe. A very good match, but like I said before, you know, if you only put a guy in for your New York City tapings, you know, despite the fact that the outcome was a little bit predictable, it was still a really good match for Samoa Joe and low-key. Now, the I Quit match with Mr. Anderson and Samuel Shaw, well, it ended up with Anderson working over the shoulder of Shaw, and Shaw saying, "I quit." I wasn't really familiar with, you know, they were trying to put over on commentary that Shaw had a shoulder injury. That was something I was not aware of. It was something I did not see. So I was trying to figure out, you know, just what exactly they were trying to, you know, put over on that one, but Shaw ends up saying, "I quit." Now, very interesting idea came from the next segment with the Hardys, Team 3D, and the Wolves. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be doing a series of matches between these three teams with the tag team titles on the line each time. And when the series is done, the team that has the championship remains champions. So they're going to be starting that on this Wednesday's Impact Wrestling. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they start it with that. And then they did the big Dixie Carter interview, you know, following her being, I'm sorry, you know, talking about, you know, how she was in a back brace, she was in so much pain, you know, etc., etc. You know, basically just putting over the fact that she didn't feel like she had to go through a table like that, and she has a broken back and whatnot. Following that, we had the last knockouts standing match. Gail Kim taking on Angelina Love. Velvet's guy constantly interfered through the matchup. It was basically almost a 2-on-1 handicap match in the way it looked. But they had Gail Kim with a version of a Samoa drop off the top rope onto a steel chair for on Angelina. Angelina unable to answer the 10 count. Gail Kim wins the match. Would I say this match was as good as the one she did with Taryn Terrell at Bound for Glory a couple of years ago? No. No, that one's on a level on its own. Now, I'm not saying this match was bad. It wasn't. I'm just saying that the one she did with Taryn Terrell was way much better. And finally, they had the six-side steel match. Austin Aries, Cowboy James Storm, Magnus, Gunner, Bobby Roode, and Eric Young, with the winner to get a shot at Bobby Lashley and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Now, am I shocked that the match ended in controversy with both Eric Young and Bobby Roode coming down at the exact same time? No. I mean, because if you think about it, think about the different storylines that each one of these guys are involved in. You know, with James Storm revealing the Great Sonata, apparently this week on Impact Wrestling. Magnus and Gunner have already involved in a storyline. I don't know what we're doing with Austin Aries, but that would kind of leaves Bobby Roode and Eric Young. And of course, they would have to do something to end that in controversy, you know, to kind of keep them both involved. Now, a lot of people are figuring, you know, just based on what they were doing, that we might be looking at a triple threat match. It's very, very likely that that's what we're going to be seeing with that. Now, when it's going to take place, probably at Bound for Glory, for all we know. But anyway, it is now time to give my overall score and my picks for best and worst match or segment of Hardcore Justice. Hardcore Justice was a much better show than I gave it credit for Wednesday night on Facebook. And again, like I said, you know, I'm going to be tweeting out this video to Dixie Carter in the hopes that, you know, she does find some time to watch it, and here's what I had to say about Hardcore Justice. So I do apologize again for my negative comments on Twitter from Wednesday night. Best match of the night. I really, really like Samoa Joe and Low-Ki. That was indeed a very entertaining match with the last knockout standing match, getting as what the Bay Area MVP known as Will would call an honorable mention. I really don't have a worse. Well, if I'm tweeting out this video to Dixie Carter, I don't really want to say that her segment was the worst segment of the night. But it's constructive criticism this time, Miss Carter. Just constructive criticism. It is not anything personal. But anyway, overall, Hardcore Justice is going to get a 4 out of 5. So what I want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Hardcore Justice. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Hardcore Justice? We definitely want to know what you guys have to say. You should put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to follow me on the Facebook page, facebook.com/WGS-TV. Don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network if you haven't already. So with that being said, I'm the WrestleGamer, WB Only Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching.